We now invite Mr. Peter Huntsman, CEO, Huntsman Corporation, US.
Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished guests, and dear friends, it is certainly a privilege to be able to be here this day. In a time when there is little certainty in global leadership, we find it here in India. In a time when there is courage that is lacking and many decisions that are made around the world, we find it here in India. And at a time when leadership seems to be at a low, we find it in Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Prime Minister, you visited our country this last June. There are many of us who wish you would have stayed and taken over the leadership of our country. Perhaps this would have been the greatest of India's exports. We add our voice to those others that have been spoken of today in support of the changing conditions that we see and the improving conditions that we see in India. Huntsman employs nearly 3,000 people in India. About half of them are in Gujarat. Every Boeing 787 that is flying today has raw materials that is coming from Gujarat. Every Airbus A350 has component and composite materials coming from Gujarat. The most environmentally friendly textile dyes and chemicals used in the world that are transforming and cleaning an industry come from Gujarat. But perhaps the greatest product at all that comes from Gujarat and comes from India is the talent, the creativity, and the integrity of the people that we have an opportunity to work with. Nearly 30 years ago, my father brought me to this great country, and we met with one of his very dear friends, Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. At the time, he had two very handsome young sons. My father had 6 sons, and he told us all, "You follow the Ambani boys wherever they go." So I have an opportunity to sit here with them today. But the greatest legacy of our fathers that they taught us was the legacy of the value of a human soul. And to your Prime Minister and to all of you, I would like to make sure that we stay focused, not just on profits, not just on growing businesses, but the opportunity to make society a better place. Those of us in this room that have been blessed with education and with creativity, we have an obligation to give back. We have an obligation to help lift society. We stand at the crossroads of an era in the history of the world where the policies of this government have the ability to change the lives of hundreds of millions of people. Think about that. This shall be our legacy, and to this end, our company, our colleagues, and our family are greatly indebted and very blessed for the opportunity that we have to do business in Gujarat and to do business in India. Thank you very much.